Things look a little off kilter today. Well, as you can see, I thought it was going to be colder today. It's a little bit warmer, and things may be a little off kilter because daylight savings time just started, and I'm still not quite certain what time it is as I'm trying to figure out how to reset all of my clocks and watches. What are you making there?
I'm making a castle.
Oh.
Just because a senior is old doesn't mean a senior can't play in the sand just like the young ones do.
This is Not a Spring Chick with Oldecam for OFN with comments on the headlines of today. A warranty company claims the Xbox 360 has a failure rate 5 times higher than other gaming consoles.
Well, the basic problem with that premise is that they actually can't tell you whether or not the unit's being used 5 times more than anyone else's.
Trisha Yearwood wants her late dad, Jesus, and Elvis to join her for dinner.
And people in hell want ice water.
Superdelegates wait to pick sides, Washington Post survey finds.
Well, the problem is Hillary is currently leading in superdelegates to begin with, and she's on the rise. So who do you offend, the black constituency or the women's constituency?
Water makes U.S. troops in Iraq sick.
It seems impossible that today you could have water being sent to people that's not been properly processed.
Reports, FBI investigating countrywide.
You know, it's when things are going bad for people, they just completely go bad for people.
Pennsylvania, a safe win for Clinton?
Well, she would have to die not to win Pennsylvania.
750 homes to be built in East Jerusalem.
It's like waving a red flag in front of a bull to build houses where they shouldn't be.
Midwest cleans up after record snowfall.
You know, 20 years ago they would have simply said, you know, it's a typical Midwestern winter.
Clinton's not folding in Mississippi.
Well, when she can take almost as many delegates by Obama by losing, why should she give up?
Obama wins in Wyoming at 7 delegates.
Yeah, he took 7 delegates with a major victory in a caucus, and Hillary got 5.
Wow, +2, huh?
Yeah.
Iran is ready to negotiate with Europe over the Islamic Republic's nuclear program if there would be meaningful and effective results.
Meaning they have to be satisfied to their demands before they will do anything that the Europeans want.
Obama's black support shows its limits.
Well, the problem is that virtually every Afro-American in this country has to come out to vote for him to win, and that's not going to happen because all of the Caucasians don't come out to vote.
If Obama elected, Islamic extremists would be dancing in the streets.
Well, if Hillary was elected, they'd be dancing in the streets. If Dennis Kucinich was elected, they'd be dancing in the streets. It has nothing to do with Obama, it's the party.
McCain competes for money and spotlight.
I mean, all he's got to do is just sit back and watch the Democrats cut one another apart.
Renters priced out of market.
Well, there's so many people that are losing their homes that basically it's a boom market for rentals.
Jewelry trends adapting to record gold prices.
Meaning what you're going to get is going to cost you a lot more and be a lot cheaper looking.
China, terrorist-targeted Olympics.
Well, it's called what goes around comes around. They financed terrorism, now it's coming back to hit them.
1 dead in Florida, tour bus crash.
You see a pattern with every week, one accident after another with buses.
Democrat wins Hastert seat in Illinois.
It has more to do with the fact that the man that won the seat has got endless amounts of money to use, and the person that ran against him didn't.
Chrysler closing California design studio.
New owners are folding up operations that aren't making any money.
The Democratic chairman and Republican former chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee have asked government auditors to determine what Iraq is doing with the billions of dollars in oil revenue it generates.
Well, I assume they do exactly the same thing that our companies do with it, squirrel the money away somewhere.
Drugs found in watersheds of 28 areas.
Well, everything else is in the watersheds. Why not drugs now?
Do-over not likely to happen because of laws and money problems in both states.
You see, Michigan flat out is a no-go, and Florida won't do it unless somebody pays for it.
Can you blame them? I mean, a patient was told there was no reason why he couldn't have surgery in a hospital, despite the smell caused by a dead rodent trapped in the building's ceiling.
Well, I mean, that's no reason not to operate on somebody, you know, just because there's a stake so bad that you pass out from it. Actually, it saves the cost of anesthesia, I think.
Pilots complain of laser attacks.
Well, when you can get lasers on your keychain, it's easy to sit there and play with them, unfortunately.
Terrorism returns to haunt Spanish Poles.
Well, because terrorists know that when you have a government on the run, you keep them on the run.
ESA successfully launches its first automated cargo into space.
You know, eventually, you know, those dreams of a real international space station may be completely coming about.
11 worst cars.
You know, it is sort of unique that every one of the cars that's listed on the worst cars is a politically incorrect automobile. But they're popular.
Oh, you mean they're not green?
They're not green.
Press excited by Democratic primary problems.
Well, I mean, you look at it two ways. One is the press trying to go after, you know, the leader because they can, or two, it's like it was a baseball game. You want the game to go extra innings because it's more exciting for the fans.
Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
Well, just because a large company can do what it wants to do means they actually will do exactly what they want to do.